Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgos out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. We are in the early parts of Aries season. Lots of interesting things happening in the stars. So let's shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you. My God, it's talk to me. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo in late March. Please and thank you. What's happening for my friends, guides and spirit team? Thank you. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, there's an object of focus here. And like, I'm sure you see the imagery there. We have Little Red Riding Hood. We got that big bad wolf right behind her. Now, I don't always say that this is like a rough, scary warning type of energy here. To me, there's just like a huge focus, something or someone. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye. You know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little more. So as I already mentioned, you see it, got these two figures in the woods. We got our good friend Little Red Riding Hood walking down the path with the big bad wolf behind her. So when I see this card, I already mentioned it, I don't think it's like, oh, beware, watch out, there's someone coming after you, watch out, right behind you. It's nothing like that to me, personally. Now, you could take this image however you want and fit it to your story. You know how I like to go when it comes to readings. But to me, I see the wolf, it's like looking at her and analyzing her. So that tells me there could be a certain situation, a person, anything you might be going through that's taken up a lion's share of your focus in this time. Or a spirit might be asking like, hey, Virgo, maybe you need to broaden your focus or look at multiple things. There's something being watched. There's something being looked after or watched over here. Okay, so we're just going to leave it at that. That could be good. That could be a little rough, depending. Just know you might be under someone's microscope as well. Or there's someone under yours, right? It is what it is. But we're going to put the wolf down right there. Little Red Riding Hood will be safe anyway, right? I mean, I don't think that's how the real story ends. But let's get into tarot now. And yes, I always say that first card there doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So let's shuffle it up here, my guide, spirit team. What do we got for the Virgos? And while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled Explosive Action Incoming. There was a lot of fire energy all around you last week where someone was making a move. So that energy could still bleed over for the coming days and weeks. Keep that in mind. Where someone like makes a move out of nowhere, or makes a move very suddenly, switches things up, or it just felt very sporadic to me, where it goes from like 0 to 100. Okay, so there could have been situations popping up where like either it got out of hand really quickly or it escalated very quickly. That's kind of the vibe I was picking up. So we'll see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards. 3 cards for my Virgos, please. The deck is being specific here for you, my friends. Okay, so we have a pretty good stable energy, even though it's fire. We'll talk about it. We have the 4 of Wands, the 11-11 card. Lovely. It is one of my favorites. It's very celebratory and all that good stuff. Let's get a couple more out here, though. Okay, because that can mean a lot of different things. Okay, we got Lady Justice. So there are some karmic spiritual archetypes here for you as well. Out for legal situations and stuff like that. We'll talk about that more in depth, of course. Let's get one more here for Virgo. And I think I've been seeing karmic energy for you recently as well. All right, so you're going to have a bonus this week as well. We have the 7 of Cups right here on the back end. Lots of options and paths. We also have the 9 of Pentacles, very independent type of energy back here, abundant. Let's go through and I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, we do have a little bit of a mixed bag of energy happening here. We have some fire, we have some air, we have some water, we have some earth. So it's like we have all the elements, which when I see that in a spread, I always say that's a good thing. Now, these could be all different situations. It could be different aspects of one situation depending on what you're going through. And I will say that these cards on their face do lean a little more positive than they do challenging, but we still have a long ways to go. Let's go piece by piece and really start to build this out. Another thing I'm seeing with that Four of Wands, with that Nine of Pentacles here, these are very grounded energies. These ones are extremely cerebral. So there's like that mixture of like very grounded, safe, secure, lots of mental action too. So let's go through piece by piece. Once again, Four of Wands in position number 1. So I always say all fours in tarot are grounded, they're sturdy, they're not really moving too much. So this could represent stability. Things that are just solid, planted. This is a pretty good energy. Now, it is the 11-11 card, so I always say when this is here, watch for the signs, synchronicities, and omens from spirit. You could be seeing a lot of those repeating numbers, or someone from the spirit side could be trying to get your attention, like, hey, Virgo, I'm over here, or hey, Virgo, do this. It's like kind of those vibes, your spirit team trying to talk to you. But to me, this is a card of celebration. Right? Like it's a card that could represent marriage and get-togethers and parties and celebrating. So this is one of my cards of victory, something very stable. Another thing it could represent is the home and family, very similar to like the 10 of Pentacles in that way. So we'll see what's the deal with that. I mean, it's at least starting sturdy, but I really want to see what the clarifier has to say when we get to that point. Now, moving to the center, we have our good friend here, Miss Lady Justice. Your zodiacal neighbor. It could represent a Libra or somebody with Libra placements. And to me, Lady Justice runs a whole gamut of things. First and foremost, she rules over equality, decisions, choices, balance. Could be very good for that. Always watch for anything contractual when she is here. Anything you're writing your name or signing your signature on. Lady Justice rules over that kind of stuff, specifically legal things, legal situations. She's here in the mix. But I always say out of all the cards, she's the biggest karmic one. She represents a karma getting served up to people. It could represent karmic blessings or things coming into a state of balance from the universe. So when I see the Four of Wands with Lady Justice, it tells me the universe is about to make a big move here, or the universe is going to bring something into a state of balance, depending. So we want to see what's up with her for sure. Now, as we move to the back end, and Lady Justice is cerebral as well. She is air sign energy. So there's like a lot of thought-based energy with her. We have a very similar thing here with the Seven of Cups. This is a really nice card. It's a card of paths, a way forward. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? I have a lot of options to choose from. So there could be certain things you're considering in this time, or things that you're contemplating, whether it's actions you want to do or your path forward. I always say this card could be daydreaming. So you might have someone specific on the mind. That's like running through the mind quite a bit. Maybe you're on someone else's mind. I feel like it could be a two-way street in that realm if you're watching this for love. But to me, the Seven of Cups is options, paths. Sometimes it could be opportunities and offers coming your way, which is a good thing, but it's very, very daydreamy. So it's like up in the air type of vibe. So we'll see what that's about. Now, I will say every card does have positive and challenge. I haven't really been mentioning much of the challenges here. The Four of Wands, it could be something that's like at a standstill, like something that's at a halt. Lady Justice, it could be something that's not fair or not equal. The Seven of Cups could be something where it's like this person thinks themselves into the ground. And I do see like an aspect of planning here in the undercurrent of the energy. Now, as your bonus, we do have the Nine of Pentacles, beautiful, sturdy, independent type of vibe. This is someone who's like, you know, I'll handle it on my own. I got this. I'll do this on my own. I got this by myself. It's also a card of like overflowing abundance and stability. Very, very nice for the material world. So for a lot of you, this bodes really well. But at the same time, it's very solid, very stable. So with this mix of stable energy and cerebral, hopefully there's nothing that's like a little frustrating to you in this time. We're not fully going to go there just yet, but I like the abundance that the Nine of Pentacles has to offer. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's up. My guides, talk to me. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Four of Wands. What is that Four of Wands here? And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box here. If you have any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could put it right in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Four of Wands. Four of... Okay. Oh, you got a blooper reel. It fell on the ground. Let me reach down and grab it. Okay, we got the Queen of Swords here underneath this Four of Wands. I feel like this is a really nice link, but it's feeding back into all the things we were already speaking about of that mix of cerebral and planted. Now, the Queen of Swords, I like her. I feel like this is really good energy. Could be an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And whenever the Queen of Swords is in the mix, I think of someone who's taking things very seriously. Someone who's like, listen, I'm taking this seriously. I'm serious about this. So I feel like this could be a double-edged message for some of you. One, you could be achieving something, a situation that you deem serious, or something you've been taking serious for a long time, analyzing. That's all up in the energy too. Like, I'm thinking about this, I'm analyzing it. I'm looking down at the nuts and bolts. So I feel for a lot of you, yeah, there could be a serious win coming in for sure. But I also need to say, she is all about mental focus and planning. I also have the vibe like, please watch the signs and synchronicities and omens from spirit, because they're trying to talk to you. Don't ignore it when this Queen of Swords is here. Like, see it and understand it. There is still this undercurrent of planning here, though. All right, because she is a strategist, just like the King of Swords. So like with Justice, her, the Seven of Cups, there is a plan here, whether you're planning something or somebody else is. And I just want to take our attention back to what we had here in the very beginning. There's something around strategy here, like someone trying to hatch a plan or get something going, which isn't nefarious. It doesn't have to be anything creepy or nefarious, trust me. So lots of messages there. Let's keep moving. I mean, you take whichever one hits for you. If there has been something you've been taking serious for a long time, you could actually get that result for sure. But watch for the signs from spirit. And there's this planning energy. Let's go to Lady Justice. Quick. First shuffle, that card popped out. We have the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, the universe is going to step in regards to some sort of situation. And if you're seeing the signs or not, that's part of the thing. But I think Spirit's trying to give you a heads up for a lot of Virgos out here with like what we're seeing, what we're picking up. That's your card in reverse under Lady Justice. So please be extra careful, extra diligent with anything contractual or legal in this time, for sure. Now, the Hermit, when I see it in reverse in any other sign, I feel like this is something coming out of its shell, coming to fruition. So for a portion of you, yeah, this could be spirit really setting something straight. Somebody could get a dose of karma when I see this energy, because I feel like it's the universe is going to act. It's like, all right, well, there's actions of people, there's actions of spirit and the universe. I feel like the universe is going to set something straight or get something right. So watch for the signs and omens here. I feel like that's very, very important for you this week. And I know Virgos are very intellectual individuals, extremely smart, but you're also spiritual. Okay, that's something that like people don't give Virgos a lot of credit for. I do, though. I know how spiritual Virgos can be. Tap into that energy, because Spirit's trying to direct you or at least give you a heads up about something. Let's keep moving to the Seven of Cups. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. This reading has a different flavor, my friends. Yeah, and this could be something popping up or popping out of nowhere. Let's see why the Seven of Cups is here. God's talk to me. What's that Seven of Cups here? Thank you. Six of Cups. This doesn't surprise me. And this, you could be taking some walks down memory lane in this time, and I'm getting this energy of possibly revisiting something, at least energetically and internally. All right, that's a vibe. Now, I've been seeing it for you, for other signs throughout the zodiac, since it is eclipse season. And for some of you watching this, the eclipse is happening right this second, depending on when you watch the video. But things from the past coming back up, things from the past that you still need to deal with. I'm getting the energy of unfinished business here on the back end. So for a lot of you, you might have something you feel like, all right, well, I never got full closure on that, or this feels unfinished. There could be certain things that you're revisiting here. And I saw that for you a couple weeks ago. Could be something swinging back around and returning. I would say on its simplest term, the Six of Cups with the Seven of Cups, there could be someone that's missing you as well, thinking about you. You could be thinking about someone else and missing them as well. And I do get this strategic plan of somebody wanting to bring energies back together. That's the vibe I'm picking up here, Virgo. But only take that however it hits. There's a lot of moving parts here. And I feel like the universe is going to act in one way or another. Okay, like there is this karmic energy in the mix, whether this is for good, bad, or indifferent. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Lots of different things here. So if you kindly look in the box position, number one, we have the Four of Wands with the Queen of Swords in the upright, like very stern, very serious, no nonsense. For a lot of you, it's a situation or something you've been taking seriously for a very long time. Spirit is saying like, hey, Virgo, this could really go your way. This is a serious win of some kind. Please keep your eyes open for signs and synchronicities from Spirit. Tap into that energy because Spirit's trying to talk to you about something. That's a thing I'm picking up here in a very strong way for you this week, Virgo. The Queen of Swords is also a strategist, a planner, and there is energy around somebody planning something here. Now, moving to the center, we have Lady Justice with the Hermit in reverse. Universe is going to take the wheel in regards to something. The universe is going to make a move. I did say someone could get served up a dose of karma. I would just be cautious in this time, especially when it comes to anything contractual or legal. But I do feel there's a situation where the universe is going to step in. You know, when certain people say, like, I was speaking about signs and omens, but all right, if it was meant to be, the universe will make it happen. It's kind of giving me that type of vibe where the spirit's going to step in. Onto the back end, we have the Seven of Cups with the Six of Cups in the upper. A lot of you could be taking a lot of walks down memory lane. I'm getting the big vibe of like you missing someone or someone missing you. That's possibly here. But I'm getting the vibe of unfinished business or something that's being revisited or rethought about at the very least. So lots of stuff happening here, Virgo. Please take a screenshot of that. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. Maybe we'll get a little more information here. So let's shuffle it up one time. What do we have in the shadows for Virgo? Guides and Spirit team. That was a reading, my friends. That was indeed a reading. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be positive too. So let's get you one. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for my channel members. Let's get it going here. What is in the shadows? Okay. Lovers, partnerships. Okay, so for some of you, if you're not watching this for romance or anything like that, the Lovers, it represents the zodiac sign of Gemini. This is a very healing energy because it has the Archangel Raphael, usually depicted in the classical version, not this one. So if you're not dealing with anything in regards to partnerships, connections, romance, stuff like that, Spirit could be telling you that you're in a time of healing right now. I mean, that could go for everyone, where it's like you're healing some sort of wound or you're healing something from the past, especially with the Lovers in the shadows. It's also a card of spiritual and energetic protection. So this is really nice. But for a lot of you, there is something in regards to a very specific connection showing up here in the shadows. And I know I was already mentioning the possible unfinished business that we were seeing in the mix. This showing up in the shadows, like, yeah, now might be a time where you might finish the business or at least revisit it in one way or another, even if it's just thought form type of thinking. But there's a connection showing up here in the shadows that's still with you. That's like the main vibe I'm picking here, aside from all the unfinished stuff. It's like this connection, it's still there, at least on the energetic level. So we're going to leave that right there, Virgo. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details, the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading done with me, you can find my digital calendar on mastermetaphysics.com, so please feel free to check it out. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, fantastic Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite zodiac sign? And give me a couple reasons why. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.